Hey, welcome back to Star Technology, where in the last video, we had to upgrade our research to get the first UHV tier circuit, probably the only one I can manage, and start unlocking UHV technologies. Although pretty much everything is locked behind neutronium right now, so of course I need the next tier fusion reactor. So at the end of the last video, I set up the recipes, and I got as much of it going as I could, and have since gotten everything that I need. And it really didn't take that long. Most of my time was spent waiting for radon. It's weird that each fusion reactor I've gotten quicker than the last. I never would have guessed that. But anyway, that means I can get a fusion reactor, so I can get neutronium, so that I can get an energy hatch. Because honestly, now that I have the UHV circuit, the only hard part is the neutronium. But the neutronium's gonna take a while. I get 32 millibuckets every 5 seconds. Actually, that's not that bad, because an ingot is 144, so it should only take a couple minutes, if even. I think it depends on the liquid Nequadriga, actually. But we'll get to that later. For now, I just need to set up the fusion reactor. And I think, just to try and keep all this in the same place, I'm just going to expand this platform again. It's going to be a way different shape to every single other platform, but I think for the fusion reactors it's warranted. Although now that I've actually built this platform looks very big and a little bit out of place, but I think I'm a bit beyond that now. So I'm just going to build this up in the corner here, and I'm going to try out this terminal block because I've actually remembered to make it now, and it was stupidly easy to make. So how does this work? UV fusion reactor? Missing pages. Cool. Well, maybe I don't need to preload a recipe? I think there was something about that. Ah. Okay. Why did it not place enough machine casings? Oh, hang on. A lot of the hatch locations have been swapped out. And some of the hatches have even been placed wrong. Actually, most things here have been placed wrong. I think I'm just gonna replace all of this myself, actually. Maybe if I've already got all the hatches in place, the terminal works? Yes. Okay. I don't know if this made it any quicker, though. Maybe I'm just not used to using it yet. I don't know. Well, I'm just gonna start connecting this all to power, and then into the ME system. Then I just need to put all of the fluid cards in, and then connect the nodes, and then connect the flux network, and that should be it to set up the reactor. Just double checking everything's connected and has power. Yeah, should be good. So I should just be able to tell it to make neutronium? Let's see, if I want 10 buckets worth, let's say. Whoa, that's a lot of Nequadria. I should probably get a quicker way to make that, but I can do that. Yeah. Hang on, do I have Nequadria dust? Yes, I do. I can probably change the Nequadria recipe to use the dust instead of Nequadria sulfate. That'd be a lot cheaper. As for actually making the ingots, seems quick enough. And it's already making the neutronium. Yeah, I've already got a bit of it. And it is still quite slow, but I have already got 1 ingot's worth. Guess I can set up some of the recipes off of this, like ingots. And I already know in advance I'm gonna need a recipe for plates and dust. And it looks like in the time it took me to set up the recipes, I've already got probably enough neutronium. Yeah, I'd need 1,444, which is exactly that much. Because I only needed about 10 ingots worth to be able to make the energy hatch. So I'm just gonna get started on the rest of this. I need to get the research for it, and then I need to actually get the recipe for everything here, because I don't quite have what I need for the UHV machine hull. The machine casing is nothing. And then europium cables? I already have europium wires, so that's good. And that's also one of the things for the energy hatch, so then it's just this ruthenium, trinium, americium, neutronate wire. Chances are I can't make it out of dust. Never mind, it's only UV. So I probably can. I think I've got something on circuit 4. Yeah. I do need americium dust, though. but that's very easy. And this, it needs titanium coils and only MV power, but it takes an incredibly long time. So it's actually a manageable time at the overclock that I'm at now. But why does it have such a huge time and such a low power tier to begin with? I don't get it. Anyway, I can get that going. It takes neon. I think I have neon. Yeah. It's another one from distilling airs, so I might have to make it a bit faster to account for that. But I should be fine for the time being. So I should have everything in place to be able to make the energy hatch. Just to confirm, yeah, that should be everything I need. I'm just waiting on the data module and the energy hatch, because then I can start the research, and that's probably going to take a while. But I guess it's also going to take a while to make some of the stuff for the energy hatch. So sure, why not? I'll queue up 10 of the energy hatches. It's going to have to make quite a lot of stuff, but I don't even think it'll be done by the time the research is finished, so I shouldn't waste any time. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm overlooking something here. Is this going to tell me what the power converter is? Stellarium. Aha. So I can't jump straight into the energy hatch yet. I'm still going to make it, but I can't quite use it until I've got the energy converter. So then, how do I get stellarium? It's a little expensive. Takes a while in the blast furnace. 12 buckets of liquid neutronium for 17 ingots. Okay, but I can technically do that. I just need melodium as well. Melodium? Whatever. And this has its own difficulties. I can get the Darmstadtium very easily, but the mercury, barium, calcium cuprate is probably going to be hard. As I thought, mercury, barium, calcium, copper, with a bit of oxygen as well. So then, how do I get mercury? Redstone. Okay. Yeah, redstone's probably the easiest here. So, I don't think that's too bad then. I guess I can go further. And I may as well make the recipe to get the stellarium ingots. However, this uses krypton. I should... Yeah, I've got tons of krypton, because I get it from the ender air, and I've already made that quite a lot better for the sake of radon, so krypton will also be good. So that is fine. So then, with everything in place, I should be able to ask for stellarium. I'll make melodium as well, just so I can get those wires. Oh, they're another UV superconductor. I think prismalium might still be easier, but there's another one. So I'll just set this going and see how it does. Hopefully everything's in the right place. Then I'm going to need to queue up the other things to make the energy converter. Well, while I've been waiting, the research is done. And I think, yep, it's already starting to make the energy hatches. But the stellarium's going to take a while. Oh, right, I changed the quadria recipe. I'm going to have to restart that. Okay, it's taken me a while, a little over 20 minutes, but the stellarium is finally going through now, and I'm making the last bit of neutronium to be able to finish off the energy hatches. God, this stellarium takes forever. But it'd take even longer if I did it in the blast smelter. I guess I'll just deal with this being really slow. I am about to upgrade it to be about double speed, though. Well, now I've gotten just enough stellarium that I can make the first energy converter, and most of the energy hatches are done. Might be another 5 minutes or so until the next two finish, but I can probably start using this now. Given how long it takes me to get the wires, I'm going to have to be quite selective with the things that I upgrade, and I guess how long it takes me to get the neutronium as well, because that's the main limiting factor on the energy hatches. But I can probably... I need to upgrade the assembly hatch, because that's how I get the chemical builder, and presumably other things. No. The only thing that takes UEV is the chemical builder. Cool. Even the UHV components are just UV power. Cool. Well, I'm at least going to need to upgrade the blast furnaces, at the very least so they can go a bit quicker. Ooh, or I can get a rotary hearth furnace, because this is how I get parallel for this. It doesn't need much neutronium, and it's not terribly expensive. At least for the control block. This is a massive multi-block. But a parallel hatch on a blast furnace is insane. So this is going to be a pretty near goal. This is crazy. I guess at the same time I can get the blast chiller. This one's nowhere near as big, but it's just a vacuum freezer with a parallel hatch. Oh, but this also took neutronium. So I've only just unlocked both of them. Yeah, neutronium's unlocked a lot of really good stuff. Right, well, I need to trigger some of these quests because I forgot to trigger them along the way. While I'm waiting for this, I've been looking through some of these quests a little bit, and I found this heat chamber, which is another huge multi-block, and I'm gonna need it, probably to get void ingots, mostly. Yeah, there's a lot more things coming soon. UHV is gonna be huge. Oh my god. Oh... I'm committed to it now. There's no turning back. Alright, before I go too much further, I have an idea. To my knowledge, I can't make the fusion reactor go any quicker, so I'm just gonna have to deal with this rate forever. The best I can do if I want fast neutronium is to just run more in parallel, but the point still stands. This isn't getting any faster, but I am still waiting on... oh, there's none in here, but the stellarium, and that takes a long time. So, just to get the bare minimum going right now, I'm going to upgrade these two blast furnaces to be on UHV energy, but I don't have much stellarium, so I hope this is going to work. I might be able to feed it with an older power tier. Yeah, that seems to work. It's probably going to be slow, but I can get some power in that way. But if I just have entire energy converters dedicated to one hatch, hopefully it can keep up with the demand. Oh god, even a single hatch takes 16 million RF per tick. My power is not going to survive. It seems like it might be able to run. No, this one can't. But the other one can. It is more than half uptime, so it's technically quicker. But this is not a solution. Maybe I can connect this one in too. Now they both technically work, but I don't think it's any quicker than it would have been before. So this was kind of a failed experiment. But just for argument's sake, yeah. One of these energy converters is enough to keep one of these blast furnaces on perpetually. If I could get even one more stellarium, I can fix this. Yeah, but that's going to take a long time. Just going to be waiting on neutronium forever. Well, I'll put that back to normal on UV power, and I guess one of them can be double speed for now. I'll come back to that later. Eventually I'm going to upgrade the whole thing. I'm just working on close to nothing right now, and I'm probably getting ahead of myself. So I'm just going to take a step back and see exactly how much progress I've made already. So, I now have access to neutronium, and I have access to UV power, both for machines and for the energy hatch. And that is technically everything that I had planned for this video, but I feel like I've got time left. I think one last thing that I want to do, I still have space here for one more fusion reactor, and I did plan on having 4 from the beginning. I'm going to need to be making a lot of americium and geranium, and probably tritanium as well. So these reactors should probably be faster too. How about for the end of this video, I try and upgrade my system to be able to handle making all 3 remaining reactors at once. There doesn't seem to be any problems to do the controllers, so sure, I may as well set that going. And probably similar for the rest of the fusion glass, yeah. But I'm gonna need 144 Mark III casings? Yeah, 48 times 3. And this is where a lot of the problems come in. I'm missing only about 1,000 helium. I can probably get that pretty quickly, and I'm very short on wood, but I can make that myself. That'd take like 5 minutes. But the big one is the radon. because I just need so much radon. Even when I need it for the tritanium as well, and even when I turn off the tritanium, it still takes a long time for me to get all of the radon I need to do a lot of things. And I don't think the air setup is going to cut it for most of my radon needs. So, I've been told about another method. I've been using the air method, and I knew about the fusion reactor method, but this feels a little counterintuitive to use the fusion reactor to be able to make them quicker. And it's also not even that good. If I was to run it on the Mark III, it'd take a second for 125 millibuckets. But liquid gold and mercury isn't that hard to come by. This might not be as bad as I think it is, but there's a better method. I noticed this the first time I was looking for radon stuff, but I just saw, oh, it takes 8 plutonium to get 1 bucket of radon. That's not worth it. But no, it just gives you the plutonium straight back, so whoops. I just need to supply it with uranium and air, which is very easy for me to do. So I think I'm going to get this set up. And given the nature of this, I can't do what I did with the titanium and just assume that it'll get it back the next time around, because then I need a ton of initial plutonium. So I can do sort of like a half-passive solution. Yeah, I have an idea. So first of all, I need to get a ton of plutonium again. And I have a bunch of uranium to get started. Can I do anything with the 235 dust? I don't think I can turn it into the regular uranium. Well, I'm going to ask for, I guess another 400. But it's a 2% chance to get what I want out of this. So by all means, I might have enough. This is currently doing stuff. I'll just temporarily disable this. And let me see. Uranium's going through. I am getting plutonium. I only need 8 dust. Yeah, I've probably got enough uranium, actually. Oh, maybe not. I nearly got 5. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more uranium then. And this is on its way. So then in the meantime, which of these chemical reactors would be the easiest one to hijack for this? Probably this one. So I'm gonna set up the recipe here. All I need to add to it is uranium and air, and that'll net me radon. So then once I've got the plutonium, I can add that into the input bus. Oh, I need a blacklist for plutonium? Why does it not let me do that? Oh, this is a fluid one. There we go. So blacklist plutonium from being taken out of the output bus, and then to smelt the plutonium. Guess it doesn't care about power tier, so I'll just make an IV one. So then I can throw a furnace here, and then if the extraction from the output only takes plutonium, no, not ingots, because it gives me back dust, then it should immediately take the plutonium out, put it in the furnace, and then immediately output it back into the chemical reactor input bus. So then I will just keep importing more uranium and air for as much radon as I need, and it'll keep recycling the plutonium around. I think that'll work. Well, I've nearly got enough plutonium to get started. I just want to see, how quickly does this smelt? Not very. I might have to go for a ZPM one. It's expensive, but I can make it. But for now, I should have exactly enough plutonium to get this started. And yeah, it does automatically put it straight back into the input. Okay, so then if I was to ask for 10 buckets of radon, why am I missing air essence? It does make it very slowly. I should probably upgrade this. How about an IV one? Better than HV. So I'm just gonna replace this with an IV one. Whoops. Connect it back up to the inferium line, and then cable the lumium back across, so I can fit the power converter and the flux point. Although, it's not giving any power? Oh no. Yeah, I think this is drawing too much power. Okay. I'll just temporarily disconnect this, so that I can build up my power buffer again. This is what it was like the last time I upgraded things. I didn't upgrade much, but it was enough that it slowly started stealing all of my power. So, I'm gonna need to get these solar panels up soon. I just want to finish this real quick. Just to confirm, this is making more air essence. I seem to be making a profit. So, I asked for the 10 radon. It puts it in, and it cycles the plutonium. And then should just be slowly generating radon for me. Yeah, I really need to get that plutonium cycling quicker. Actually, I've got it right now. Oh, but I lost the plutonium because it didn't finish. So there's the lost plutonium I need. Stick it in the furnace. Okay, there we go. Now it's back to cycling as per usual. And it seems like it should smelt pretty quickly. So then I think that's a reasonable solution for making radon. So then, I'm missing air essence, so just give it time. Oh yeah, and I'm missing the wood. And I'm missing heavy fuel? Guess I need to increase these limits. Yeah, because the distillery is full. Okay, so hopefully that'll fill me with heavy fuel. I'm gonna have to give it a while before I can queue up the rest of the fusion casings. However, I've got solar panels that I need to get in place. And I really don't know what to do with them. I have a bit of a dumb idea though. What if I just fully embrace these weird lines? And I expand them off of the existing limits of the roof. Right, there's a few more lines added. And that was about half of the solar panels I had. So then this is probably 750 panels. I can see a little bit more than that. That's enough for literally right now. So I can turn the blast furnaces back on. But once I upgrade everything, I'm going to need all 2,000 of the solar panels. But hopefully I'm still making a net profit. Maybe. I'll see how I feel about this by the end of the episode. But as it stands, this is just a temporary solution so I don't have to worry about power for a minute. But once everything's upgraded, I need another 1,000. So I may as well set it going now. What do I need for it? I need 2,000 LUV circuits. I just have the wrong one set up. But otherwise, I can make it. I just need to fix that to use the right circuits. Oh, there we go. I'm missing magnesium chloride. And a bit of steam. I probably can't do all 1,000 at once. Oh, and more heavy fuel. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a bit of a dumb idea. But I'll probably just do that on my own between videos. I've done most of the solar panels on my own anyway. But I think to finish this out, I'm going to try and craft, or set the crafting going for the fusion reactor casings. I know I'm missing wood. I'm missing 1 air. I can get that. Heavy fuel's going to take a while to come through, actually. I can still get the wood, but yeah, the rest of this, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that in time. So, I'll do it on my own. I was going to anyway. But I think even still, that's a lot of progress done in this episode. We got the next tier fusion reactor, we got neutronium, we got the UHV energy hatch, and we've started using it to upgrade things. And I'd say that is perfectly good progress for this video. We're properly in UHV now, and this is the final tier. I'm still not entirely sure how far I'll go in this, because everything here looks like it's really time consuming. I mean, just look at this. I still think I'm going to go far enough to get to the Stargate, but unless there's some other reason to do the Abydos stuff, I think I'm going to call it at the Stargate. I think the Stargate is just going to be a cool monument to have as just like the final thing to add to the base. But that's not for quite a while. I'm going to be in UHV for, I can't even begin to guess how long, but a very long time. There is a lot to do. But I can't get on with any of it in the rest of this video. So I'm going to call this here then. Bye.